This is my reaction to UFC Serbia kicking off first. Marina Spacek versus Stefano Luzano. Um, Marina had a fast start, she started off well, but then as the fight went off, Luzano controlled it more with her hooks, and late down in the round, she got the takedown, and then officially she got the sub. Yeah, and I started off well, got my first prediction right of this card. I think I went 9-5 in this card. It was a really good card. Broke the most ever finishes in UFC history. So it was a great card. Great performance of Lozano. She looks like a prospect in this. Marina, not the start that the Serbian crowd had wanted. Um, Not a great performance from her. I don't think she's UFC quality. I think she should get cut. On to the next fight. My first wrong prediction of the night: Johan Leka versus Alexander Popek. The size difference was too much. Popek's not a light heavyweight. I mean, Lega landed a naughty body kick and it just shut down Popek completely, dropped him and he just ground and proud. I mean, Popek was having some success with the calf kicks, but apart from that, it was really all Lega. Great performance from Lega. He could be decent in heavyweight, but first let's see him against an actual heavyweight instead of someone who is 50 pounds lighter than him. Good performance though. Yeah, I thought Popper was going to win just so he could bounce around, but I also thought Lecca could easily win as let me base it off the first round. And after the first minute, I knew Lecca was going to win. But yeah, on to the next fight: Nina Milicevic versus Haley Cohen. Um, what a performance from Nina. Like I said, Haley Cohen is not UFC quality. I mean, Nina loved that right hand to the body, was hurting Cohen a lot with it. And, it kept hurting her to the body until she just crumbled to the floor and curled up. And Nina just destroyed it and finished that. I mean, Haley did have some success on the feet for a little bit. But as the fight went on, Nina took control and the body shots were hurting Haley Cohen. And in the end, she crumbled, curled up in a ball, and got finished. Great performance from Nina. She could be decent in the UFC, but I don't think she'll ever be top 5. I reckon a top 10, like an 8, 9 rank, will probably be her peak. But good performance from her. Like I said, I mean, great. On to the next fight: Mateusz Rebecki versus Kyle Propolic. What a performance. I mean, Rebecki dominated him. He had a great start. And the takedown, actually, he took him down and just from then he just controlled him. And then that was literally the whole fight. There's going to be a 10-8 if it reaches round one, and he didn't. So, I mean, if you look at the strikes too, 132 total strikes in one round. He absolutely dominated Propolic. It could have been a 10-7. He took him down and just ground and pounded him in a weird angle. He had his foot hooked under his, so he didn't have to worry. He had two arms free. I didn't have to worry about, holding him down with one arm. So he just kept punching him, and it was actually a really fun fight to watch. And Rebecca won and destroyed, and obviously in the end just ground and pound later on. That's all this fight was. Rebecca fast start, got the takedown and controlled him, ground and pound until the referee finally stepped in after 132 strikes. What a fight! What a performance from Rebecca. Yet again, it shows why he's one of the most entertaining fighters in the UFC right now. Speaking of that, I may have a video on that soon. Rebecca's not in it. Honorable mention though, right now, not in the video. So yeah, next fight on the card: Denis Buzaka versus Bogdan Grad. Now, Bogdan Grad won via submission, but Dennis, it was a bit of a controversial thing that Dennis did he tap? For me, yes, he did tap, quite easily. But anyway, I'll speak about that later. In round one, Bogdan shot early. I remember him getting it, but he didn't really do much with it. But then after that, he just had naughty spinning elbows when Dennis got back from the takedown. His elbows is just amazing. After Bogdan took him down, he had a Kimura attempt late in round one, and it nearly finished Dennis, but he survived round one. Now going into round two, Bogdan had great knees, but Dennis did land a big right hand, and the right hooks were dirty in round two. It was looking like Bogdan was slowing down, Dennis was gaining confidence, and then that's when it happened. A body shot did hurt Dennis, and then Bogdan got the takedown, and he got the submission. Dennis was saying he wasn't tapping. He did tap. He might not have meant to tap, but he did tap. It was a good stoppage. Decent performance of Bogdan Grad. Definitely the best he's ever looked. On to the next fight: Borislav Nikolovic versus Mark Volodin. Fight of the night. Did they give this fight of the night? No. I wonder what they gave fight of the night. This was my fight of the night pretty easily. I mean, the first 10 seconds, Borislav came in overconfident, like mad. and then Mark dropped him with a right hand. Great round one, you can see what a round. And then stats don't do justice. There was way more than that stat strikes. What the hell? That's so wrong. But yeah, he dropped in round one, and then that was round one, and round two came around, and then Mark actually had such a good spinning kick. He's tried to land it so many times, and he did land it many times. Yeah, but moving on, I mean, Borislav, he threw everything full power. Absolutely everything. It was actually great to see. And then, but one thing about I can say about Borislav, he has awful fight IQ. His fight IQ is horrendous. He has good reversals though. I thought he was gonna get caught in a sub in round two, but then he reversed it, and that was great. Round three, obviously the same. Borislav kneed him to the face many times. Another good reversal. Punch behind his back. It was mad flexible. I mean, it was crazy. That was after Volodin got dropped. Crazy. And then, yeah, Borislav won 29-27. I don't know, round three was a 10-8, but, he won 29-27. Probably looking at that stats, it probably is a 10-8, probably. So, yeah. Yeah, great performance from Borislav. Fight IQ's a bit meh. I think he's a good counter puncher, a powerful counter puncher against him. He'll get knocked out. Anyway, on to the next fight. Auburn Elliott versus Michael Oliveira. I mean, yeah, Auburn Elliott, it might be time to get cut. Um, Elliott started good though. He had a fast right hand. He had the speed advantage. But then Oliveira just landed a jab, dropped Auburn Elliott. He landed another jab, dropped him again, and then followed up and just KO'd him with a jab. Auburn Elliott's chin's a bit questionable. Mike Oliveira will be a big thing. He will be a future welterweight contender. He is so good and powerful. I think honestly, build him up. He could be another Carlos Perez. Powerful. Bit of weight, but like Michael Morales. He's like a Carlos Perez and Michael Morales combined ish with the size and like the power, not fighting style. Yeah, he could lose around. I feel like he could actually lose a decision to like a crafty guy who, he's got great defense and knows how to wrestle control. But controlling this guy at his weight will be crazy. Um, he's not an active fighter. He's very patient. When he lands, he lands properly. And if you get caught once, you don't go good night to him. So that's why he doesn't need to throw crazy. So future contender for sure. Great performance from him. On to the next fight. Ludovic Klein versus Tavik Masayev. I'm fuming about this fight. First, I picked Tavik Masayev, the massive underdog. Wasn't massive. What was it? Underdog. I was like, okay, I think he's gonna win. But for some reason, I just changed my mind because you know Tavik was a cheat. But even then, I knew Tavik was gonna win, and then I changed pick to Ludovic Klein. Um, Crazy. I mean, round one Ludovic Klein showed good takedown defense, and he let that drop to the body. But Tavik's right hand, oh, it's so disgusting. And his inside calf kicks, wow, he was destroying Ludovic legs. I mean, it was amazing. And in the end, he found a right hook and then followed up on Klein and just take it out of him. Great performance from Tavik. He's still a cheat though, so I still don't like him. But great performance, and that's all you can say really. On to the next fight. This fight, man. I got this wrong. I picked Yannick, but like, really, bro, what happened in this fight? Noah threw a leg and the dead leg Milos Yannick, and the whole fight then he was just trying to wake it up and he couldn't, so he got tucked down and got submitted. That's all you can say for this fight. Um, yeah, I can't wait to see Noah get finished in his next fight. He's not good at all. He actually got outstruck by someone with one leg. That's embarrassing. On to the next fight. Whew, big upset. Big upset. Blasto Zepbo versus Gilbert Urbina. I thought Zepbo was going to win this. He came out fast with his hooks, which I expected, and I thought, okay, if he could catch Urbina here, he'll knock him out. And he didn't catch him fresh. Then he walked into a Urbina jab and got dropped, and then just got finished by Urbina. Great performance from Urbina. Um, yeah, he actually looked really good at welterweight. I think this is his division. Zepbo? Yeah, I think Serbia need to get better PEDS testing, bro, because he did not look like he did in Serbia regional scenes. So yeah, bit questionable. I would cut Zebo. He's not that good. He's had a fight in Serbia. Give him one more fight against a prospect. Have him get finished and cut him. I think that's the best thing to do with him. Yeah, great from Urbina. Decent performance. He's got power. He has no chin. On to the next fight. Dusko Todorovic versus Robert Valentine. I had it Robert Valentine round 2 sub. He got it in round 1 late on, so I wasn't far off from this. Not a bad performance. Robert loved the front kick early on, and then he almost had the standing gilly, but Dusko got out of it in time. Dusko did have a good reversal though, when he Robert fell on top of him, and then he reversed it very well and got on top of him, but then done nothing open, and then he left his neck open, and Valentine just got the sub. Yeah, awful start for the Serbians on this card. I mean, every single one lost in the first 3 fights. Yeah, not great. They done well in the prelims, main card. Next fight, Alexander Rakic versus Marcin Tybura. Rakic's not all that, man. He really isn't. He looked like a blob out there, the skinniest blob ever. Um, he won 30-27, but he didn't do anything. It wasn't exciting anyway. Round 1, Marcin Tybura just kept switching stances. Even throughout the whole fight, he just kept switching stances. Obviously Rakic was the faster puncher coming up from light heavyweight. He liked kicking to the body. Round 1 was not bad, and he hit a nice head kick later on. So round 1 was his best round easily. Then round 2, he looked like he slowed down, and that was a closer round. Obviously, Rakic still won, but it was a very close round. And then Marcin Tybura was throwing good calf kicks, and he had actually good head movement. And I was thinking at some point during the fight, is Rakic about to get out blobbed by Marcin Tybura in the big 2026? 40-year-old Marcin Tybura, is he actually going to do it? Then round 3, obviously Tybura failed the takedown. Yeah, I mean, Rakic just controlled him in the clinch for the last minute and just won the round. I mean, boring fight, Rakic won. I don't think he's going to be anything special at heavyweight. Poor performance. Did have a nice moment at the end though when the crowd was chanting his name, but if he faces anyone, I think Johan Lek actually beats Rakic quite easily. So that's just proves his level at heavyweight. On to the next fight. Jan Blachowicz versus Nigel Sterling. Wow. Sterling proved me wrong. I mean, I did not expect Sterling. I did not think Sterling was that good. And against a tough matchup against Jan, he looked amazing. He actually looked like a future champion in the division, which he's never really shown. He's never looked this good. I didn't know he had this in his pocket. So I can admit I got it wrong. Sterling has some potential. You know, he caught Jan. He did get clipped earlier round 1. Jan did drop him, so his chin's a bit, but again, Jan got power. So, but then yeah, he actually caught Jan. Jan's age finally caught with him. You know, I got the TKO round 1. Great performance from Sterling. I admit I was wrong. Um, yeah, I think Sterling could, be definitely a top 5 fight. I think he already is a top 5 fight after this. I think Yang was ranked 4th, so they'll probably rank him number 5 or 6. Great performance from Sterling. He took the risk, it paid off. He proved me wrong, proved many people wrong. He was the favourite, but many people were also saying, including me, Yang would win in this easily. And after he dropped him, I thought he would. I thought he was gonna, beat Sterling, but Sterling proved that he actually is good. And he's one of the fighters against top fighters. He shows his best level, and against fighters like Kudabella, he doesn't show his best level. So yeah, I mean, fair enough. Sterling, great performance. What can I say? On to the main event now. Whoo! Medic wins 30 seconds KO. What a performance! I mean, fight started. The both went in the middle of the octagon. Medic catches him with a left hand, and then drops Daniel Rodrigues fully, kicks him, football kicks him to the stomach, then ground and pounds, and just absolutely gets destroyed. And the referee stops the fight, Jason Herdog, and just, great performance from Medic, hometown. And he called out Leon Edwards next in the post-fight interview, which is also amazing too. Ooh, that fight had flares in the crowd going off. I've never seen that in the UFC, I don't think. Great performance. And I do think he KOs Leon Edwards. I think it could be close if Leon, if Leon's chin's actually up there, but I don't think you can trust his chin anymore. And even if he does go defensively, grappling and all that, I think Medic will catch him. I think Medic's the best 1 minute fighter there's ever been. I think if he faces someone like Carlos Pratas after round 1, 2, Medic will get KO'd, but he also could cause Pratas some problem within that minute because, he is fast and that would deal some trouble for Carlos Pratas. So yeah, great fight, great card. What more can you ask for? This has been your boy Logos 2K, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.